Hi and welcome to this edition of Out the Box. My name is Paul. Today we're going to have a look at what is in this box. This is the Duo Floodlight PoE. It's an 8 megapixel camera. Got built-in floodlights, which we'll have a look at the moment, which obviously gives you both a deterrent and can illuminate what's in front of you, and as a result get greater clarity at night time. So what do you get? Well, in the box you are going to get your Be Prepared, Be Reolink. Inside that, you're going to have several things. You're going to have what are called your warm tips guide. What's your warm tips guide? This reminds you it's a PoE powered device, which means it needs to be powered by a PoE NVR, a PoE injector, or a PoE switch. All right. 24-hour a sticker, which you might not use, a drilling guide to how to mount that, and your quick start guide. There we go. Right. Let the camera realize there. Great. You are going to get your device itself, the Duo, which we'll have a look at in a moment. All right, and you will get the spotlights, which I will show you again in a minute. And you will get a box of bits, which we just go through. You're going to get probably a 1.5 to 2 meter Ethernet cable. You will get some bungs for how the cables run through, and you will get some screws and lugs, along with a hex tool for doing that up, and a mounting bracket as well, which will show you how a lot of this goes together in a moment. So let's start probably with the camera if you've not seen this before. So we have two lenses here. These are stitched together to give you about 180 degrees of view, which is fantastic. Mount this on a corner of a building and we can see it as, you know, down one side as a person moves around the other side, or maybe just at the front of your building and get a really clear panorama at the front. You get a option to hang it with a screw at the top or at the bottom. Generally with these spotlights, you will probably put this above them. Then underneath here, if you were to open this up, you will be able to put your SD card in there. So you have an option with all of the Reolink to record on a memory card on the device or using an NVR. Mainly the difference, obviously takes a couple of seconds for the device to wake up and start recording onto a memory card, and it's obviously not as much storage as an NVR. With the NVR is receiving a continual stream from the camera and dumping out stuff that it doesn't need. That's probably the main difference that you've got. You'll see also on the bottom here we have our two-way audio, and then this is slightly different than the other Reolinks in the fact that you have a bracket on here which allows for our 12 volt in there, our Ethernet, and on the other side our USB to connect up the floodlights. Right, just lost my mind there of how to go. So it's very slightly different. It's the same device, but just slightly different in how it all fits together. So let me put that aside for a moment, and then we have our floodlights here. So probably most likely going to be mounted up this way. Show you underneath, we've got screws underneath here which we can undo with that hex tool, which will allow the lights to be moved left and right, but out the box they will move up and down as well, as you can see. All right, so to give you a profile of that, and then this is for the camera at the top. So if I was to take the camera now and just clip that into place for a moment, hopefully I can show you me doing that. We'll just do this up using the hex tool that we've got, and hopefully that'll do it without me falling apart and dropping it. There we go. All right, so that's now fixed together. We have some angling options. That we can work out on the camera of how that fits side to side, again based on how we might have those and how we've mounted on the wall. All right, we now have our main connector that comes back, which we can come back through here. We can use those grommets that we had here to cover up any of the holes that we're not using. And then it comes inside into here. Into this, in the back here, we will plug now our floodlights, which click in there at the back like that, and this can now tidy away inside there. We've got an actual extra carabiner on the end there, so we can connect this up, so in case it came off the wall or whatever, it would actually hold together. So that fits with this. So this is the mounting bracket that we get. The idea, you're going to put that on the wall, it's going to clip into that place there, and your carabiner is going to go through the hole in the bottom there. So basically, if this whole chassis fell off the wall, but this stayed on the wall, then obviously the wire here would catch it. You then have one final screw in the bottom here to run through that obviously closes it all in place and holds it securely in place. So all of your inside there, you're going to run your Ethernet cable in, and obviously all your junction, everything can be done neatly inside there as well. So it's not meant to be a big technology. It's an 8 megapixel camera, so it should be a 4K camera. Powerful floodlights on the front. It's PoE powered. So we're running our PoE from our NVR or a switch or a PoE injector, joining it here behind the wall, fixing it to the wall, and that gives us this. The lights can be controlled in varying ways with inside the app for motion or whatever, or turning them on manually if you want to. So hopefully that's been useful. Not a big technical overview, but it does show you what's on the box. Do head on over to our YouTube channel. Plenty more box openings on network, firewall, wireless, security cameras. What do I need to run? Reolink, for example, as well. So why don't you head over there, subscribe, and stay up to date.